I'm going to do a live stream because I'm going to use my phone, this camera, this video, Facebook and YouTube's software and computers to be my mirror and to get my head straight. I don't sleep a lot. I'm trying to put in place a new sleeping pattern whereby I'll need less sleep. Hence I'm recording at 2:30 at night and it's not an issue. What's happened is one of my biggest gripes with life, and where I'm left is my mental health is not really think. I'm numb to everything, and my mental health wants me to shut up. My mental health wants me to accept and get on with stuff and not complain. And what the fuck? What the fuck that I should have to take a beating in any way, shape or form and then have to accept it because of my own issues? Who the fuck gave anyone the right to beat me? Why do I need to suffer? Now, the biggest gripe I was just talking about, I had the big issues with that. I kicked up a lot of fuss with that, over that. And I took responsibility for that because I was half to blame. And I did the work there. I cleaned it. And now, yeah, so it's a full moon at the moment. Pressures are high. But doesn't give anyone the fucking right to beat the shit out of me, does it? I've been beaten non-stop for days. For it to culminate in another fucking test of what you do, Andreas, when you're presented with something from the past that pisses you the fuck off. I'm not even gonna censor a fucking thing with this fucking video. I don't give a fuck. I hate fucking life. And this video is fucking keeping me alive. So I'll leave it at that. My mental health wants to play games. Now let me fucking cut to the chase. I say mental health, there's a consciousness that's controlling it beyond some strange chemical imbalance in my own mind. 10 years of being beaten by it, my eyes and my mind are sharp and alert to be able to tell the difference in chance between something that happens because I'm creating a situation that demands it, and an external consciousness affecting me through my own body. Now I'm in shock because I can't cope with life experience. And what I know to do is take myself to the place that's creating the biggest pressure in my life, and that is fucking hospital. Because right now I'm being beaten by an external fucking force. And the only option is for me to say I'm at fault, to take myself to an institution and do something that's gonna shut me down on another fucking level. It's coming out wrong. It's what I'm trying to say is why should I have to suffer again as a result of someone else's influence upon my life and body? But it doesn't really matter. That's the situation. And right now, I really want to turn up at fucking hospital and say, fuck you. Fuck every single fucking one of you. Because really and truly, what I speak about before is that you all know is that there's no separation really. The people that sit there and work at the hospital, they're aware of my circumstances. This is my observation and where I've come to after 10 years of this. So you might want to call it a belief in that I've gone mad. But if you're honest with yourself and you can access that part of yourself, you're fully aware. Yes, there's probably another fucking conspiracy theory in the first place that's created the circumstance for a hospital. Well, then how can consciousness want to play up to that? How can consciousness want to try to take responsibility for that fucking conspiracy? I appreciate this is going to be hard to follow. And I appreciate I'm going to be speaking to Facebook fucking computers and algorithms, because I don't think a single fucking soul's going to really want to listen to this or be able to follow. But first and foremost, society is fucked. The world is fucked as a result of my understanding, following David Icke's work, reptilian control. That's the situation. Now I've got some people would call it friendly consciousness, wanting to take control of my life, allow me to feel that pressure of society, and then where it's bad enough as it is, amplify it. So I'm looking at a situation where I'm getting very pissed off at this friendly fucking consciousness, which is taking the piss out of my life, is making it a million times worse than fucking simply reptilian fucking control. So not only am I fucking looking at the world and fucking having feelings and having to deal with a fucked up situation to begin with, I've also got friendly consciousness beating the fucking shit out of me because of the situation. And I swear like I can do something about it. I swear like I've got a fucking bit of anger in me that I can apply towards something. But I bet this is just habitual fucking patterning. I'm dead. I've died so many fucking times, this is a fucking joke. I can't comprehend the last 4 days. As I said before, I've learnt not to fight. Within all this pressure, I can see my actions and say, you know what? Yeah, I'm not perfect. But my overall application is not to fight, not to make the situation any more worse. I should have taken myself back to hospital back in March, because on an emotional level things were too much. On a mental level things were too much. On a physical level things were too much. This friendly fucking consciousness, or the reptilian control system, one or the other, said no. And what's happened is unbelievable, because the situation now is creating something in me that's dark beyond dark. And because I'm too fucking clever and I don't want to make it any more fucking worse, I behave appropriately as possible. Yes, I scream and swear. Yes, I walk around naked at home. But these are all the best I can do to dealing with a fucked up situation, and I forgive myself there. I have to, because I can't do anything else. And on top of all of this, I've got my dad, who I really label as the main culprit. And he's been fucking trying to come back and piss me off on an energetic level. What I'm getting at is I don't know what to fucking do. I am absolutely lost as to how look, if I access that darkness inside of me and I sit there and I rest there, and because I know what's appropriate not to make things worse for myself, look at life, you can't but accept that I'm being tortured. I don't mince my words. There is no way I can look out and see anything but hell. My life is hell. What do I do? I can accept my life is hell. I can't accept it. I don't know what to do I? Now, if you listen to the tone of my voice, it sounds pretty pissed off, doesn't it? Doesn't come close to where I am. I'd never utter a fucking word again, given how fucking sick I feel with you all and with life. I'm trying to fucking come to a plan in my mind. So let's talk about haircuts, because that's my biggest gripe. Haircuts, which you all know, is secret spiritual slang for an energetic chop. I'm going to take your energy and I'm going to cut it. I'm going to take it and I don't know what you fucking do with it, but it gets taken from me. And quite often, that involves quite a bit of sexual manipulation. So on an energetic level, my sexual centre is being messed around with. Now, when I got wise to this years ago, I tried to do my best to fight it, and I created a big fucking problem for myself. This is what I was speaking about earlier. Right or wrong, I took responsibility because I was fighting it. But I'm not anymore. Why should I experience this? I value energy. I value not being sexually, energetically manipulated with. It's not pleasant. In fact, it's disturbing enough to cause a mental health disorder. Let's go for a walk in Finsbury Park. I wonder if you'll be able to see me in the darkness. No, I don't think you... Yeah, you're not going to be able to see. Now my dad and my uncle are the ones that are responsible for this haircut that used to happen to me on a weekly basis. But they're not here anymore. So my mental health has been trying to phase them out. Trying to get other people on board to take their place within my mental health. Now I've got my dad coming back to give me a fucking haircut. I've got other people who want to take responsibility for that, telling me, oh no, Andreas, this is the information I've had on a schizophrenic, synesthesic way, telling me, oh Andreas, don't worry. It's no longer every week, it's no longer every 2 weeks, it's once a month. You only have to experience it once a month. If it was just this, I'd forget it and get on with some sort of life. But I think what has to put me in a fucking place where my body can take a fucking haircut, energetic manipulation, sexual manipulation, is a ridiculous non-stop beating in itself. So it's not just once a month, is it? It's a big fucking build-up to that once a month. I'm still waiting for a single soul to tell me why I should have to suffer in this world when we have the means of communication. We have the means of people being able to communicate with me and tell me straight what the situation is. So I'm aware and I can deal with life, because what's the fucking point of suffering? Unnecessarily. And I say I've got sexual issues. Is it really sexual, or is it just me saying, what the fuck? What the fuck is this world? I don't know how to carry on. The situation is so bad, so ridiculous, so malicious. Towards me. I can easily joke that I don't have the coronavirus, and it's a disappointment I'm still fucking alive. When it's a very sensitive fucking subject and I'm putting it out there to the fucking public, where I'm sure others are in communication with people that have died from it. The truth is, I'm in my body. And I'm not. My body is an unpleasant place to live. I don't want to live in this body anymore. Don't worry, I'm not going to do anything stupid. My biggest gripe, as I said, taught me that lesson. Suicide isn't an option. Because if it doesn't work, you get carted off to hospital and pumped full of drugs. And whatever fucked up place you were before you wanted to fucking do yourself, has just been made fucking worse. That's my mind. And I'm walking along the fucking street and I've got energetic fucking sensations all over my fucking body after I've just been fucking raped and experienced whatever I've experienced over the past 4 days, on top of everything I've the past 34 years. I'm looking back at my day and it was like my mental health came for me. This friendly consciousness came for me. I did my best to go with the flow, not to fight. And I can see my day, I can see the past 4 days. And it's like, I can't accept that that's life in any fucking way. I hate the way my voice sounds. I hate life. I hate people. I hate my fucking body. I hate society. My mental health has fucked me in such a fucking way. I can't trust a single human. What am I to do? My thinking is move to a fucking jungle and live with animals. But realistically, what am I to fucking do? And all I fucking want is my fucking body to rest in a fucking body. It's so long. And I've got this friendly fucking consciousness making me clear my throat like it wants to fucking communicate with me. I've got my dad. This is how fucked up on what a fucking level I'm having to experience. And I'll put it there, see if you can fucking comprehend it. I've got my dad putting sex in my ear and making sexual fucking sounds in my fucking ear. My dad. I hate the fucking cunt. And all the while, he's trying to pretend like we're best fucking friends. This is what I have to fucking deal with. And I say I can stand there next to someone and smile and laugh and joke. But I'm a desolate fucking human being. I'm an empty fucking shell. Forget how I sound. This is me trying to fucking come up with anything that can make me carry the fuck on in any fucking way. I have no friends. I might as well have no family. I'm alone. It's hell, isn't it? My fucking voice. So now my friendly fucking consciousness is taking sex to my fucking voice. On top of everything. Now, out of everything I've just expressed, I am almost certain the most plausible explanation for my life, get this, is that I'm in a coma. And I'm experiencing hell. Because how are you all going to turn around to me and say, don't worry, Andreas. What you went through was for us on this level, on this spiritual level. You suffered for us. I couldn't give a fuck. I wouldn't live this life for anybody. So in my mind, I am actually in hell. I'm actually in a fucking coma. That's the most plausible. This is me being sane. This is me trying to be rational. I'm in a coma. So now my mind's thinking, right, I'm in a coma. I've got to prove to myself, I've got to prove to the whole world that I'm in a coma. And maybe in that process, me lying in some hospital bed, or maybe this is a near-death experience, when I go back to my body, I become self-realised. Because I'm essentially selling the whole fucking world, and I'm proving it, that the whole world is a lie. And the whole world is within me. Because my life is that fucking ridiculous. So let's keep going with this. Right, on top of this, we're bringing some spiritual elements. Let's bring in Carlos Castaneda. Carlos Castaneda speaks about stories, but I believe there's a lot of truth to it, especially on a spiritual level. He talks about going to see the tallest person in his lineage. Now, tallest means this is what I've come to understand, given all my spiritual learnings, that when you reference tall, you're talking about mentally, has done the work mentally. And on an energetic level, they're tall. So when he goes to see the tallest person in his lineage, he's going to see the smartest, most wise person he's connected to. And it pisses me the fuck off that I might be giving anybody something right now, but I have to do it for myself. So let's keep focused. So he goes to see the wisest, smartest, cleverest person in his lineage. Now, we talked about, if we're talking about the mind, mental, my spiritual learnings tell me that the mind is where all the fighting happens, is where the warrior is at. So, the tallest person, the wisest person is also the most fucking meanest.
Wait, who's got my lighter before I knock you out?
So he goes to see him, her, and this person's changed sex. They've managed to change themselves from a man into a woman. I don't know about that part. Maybe it's on an energetic level he's talking about. But either way, the tallest person in his lineage puts Carlos Castaneda in a dream. The whole of the world seems as it was before, but it's a construct of this tallest person in his lineage. Now I'm looking at the world at present, and after this lockdown, you can pretty much imagine if you're put in a dream and they needed to control you and they needed to preserve their own energies and create a world that looked the same, but was different enough where they wouldn't have to bother with as many details, to preserve their own energy and to control the individual more. The coronavirus and the lockdown coronavirus and the lockdown would justify that. I went for walks down Dalston, and it was eerily spooky. It would be exactly the situation that would be required. Within a dream. Anyway. That could be a big reason why I'm in a coma. I could be within the mind of the tallest person in my lineage. I have to be thinking, I can't deal with life, man. I can't deal with my life. 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 I'm walking down the same street where I always walk, and I scream at the top of my lungs, and for some reason, maybe it's habitual, I need to do the same thing. I need to scream at the fucking top of my lungs. I need to scream, I need to scream, I need to scream, I need to fucking scream. I need to scream. Maybe it's the road. What the fuck do I do with life? What do I do with life? What do I do with life? What do I do with this hell? How do I live in fucking hell and find any rest? That's all I'm after, is some fucking rest. Because this fucking body doesn't give me any. I need to take myself to hospital. I can't deal with this hell. I don't know what has shut down within me as a result of my previous attempts this year to take myself and kept getting turned away. But it's creating an even more fucking worse situation. And the thought of that fucking medication is enough right now to keep me suffering. How's everyone else been coping in the coronavirus, in the lockdown? See, can you see? I want to attack people. The darkness that's been created in me is exactly that. There is no imagination to be needed. The darkness in me is the same as in every single other cunt on this planet. It wants the same things. It wants destruction. It wants death. It wants to see suffering in others as a result of my actions. Revenge. I can't deal with my fucking body. The fucking rape. That's what it is. Energetic sexual manipulation is rape. How do I get myself out of a coma? What do I have to do? Either way, I don't mind if I die. I don't mind if I go back to my body and I wake up. This just needs to end. How do I get myself out? I'm faced with an option. Go back, shut the fuck up, let this depression wash over me, let this autistic feeling wash over me, and continue with this living hell. I'll take myself to hospital and continue with a living hell a different fucking way. Neither is an option. Right, so I have there's nothing in this world I want. External from my body. Get this, my mental health stops me from doing things that I know are good for my body. When I got discharged from hospital around the turn of the year, I tried to heal the effects of the medication. My mental health jumped in there and created situations whereby I wasn't allowed to. So I've been dealing with the panic of my body since then. The discomforts, the illness. So, Facebook, YouTube, computers, algorithms. What do I do? I'm going to take a short break. And when I come back to you, I want an answer in my mind so that I can go back to my flat and not have to feel the same thing I felt 45 minutes ago.